You can be wrong more than half the time and still make money in trading. If you understand this one concept properly, risk to reward. This is something that pros rely on for survival in the crypto market. What's up guys, it's Jordan here from Coin Bureau. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned until the end of the video to get all of the important information. If you're trading along with us, use the Bybit link in the description. That is my preferred exchange, and there are some benefits there for you. Also, feel free to join my Discord community. That link is in the description, and here you can see that our crew is dropping really nice setups throughout the day, every day, and trading as a community. We can also see in the P&L share group that the crew is absolutely killing it using our trading strategies. In this video, you're going to learn what is a risk to reward ratio, how to calculate it, why it matters more than win rate, and how to actually use it in crypto trading. In very simple terms, risk is what you are willing to lose if the trading idea goes against you. And in trading, losses are a part of the game. We can't always be right. It is a volatile market. We need to take into account that the probability is there that we may lose trades, and we should only risk in any one trade what we are willing to lose. Then the reward is what you stand to gain in your given trading idea. The beauty in trading comes from making a lot from a little. If you are risking too much to gain too little, this will make being a profitable trader extremely difficult and almost impossible. So the core formula for the risk to reward ratio is extremely simple. It is your potential loss over your potential gain. And this gives you your ratio. If you are risking $100 to make $300, this means that you are working with a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio. And remember, good traders think in probabilities, not predictions. We have to work with uncertainty and not let it work against us. This is one of the key concepts behind proper risk management. Why does risk to reward ratio matter more than win rate? And this is really interesting and can actually serve as quite an aha moment for many traders once they understand this. If we look at one trader with a 70% win rate, but using a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, this would equal mediocre profitability. But if we look at another trader with only a 40% win rate, but they are using a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio, this equals a higher level of profitability. And this is part of the essence of being a sniper trader, only going for the trading ideas with maximum confluence and a decent risk to reward ratio. You don't need to be right all the time or even often, but you need to be right efficiently. Alright, so let's now go through a practical trading example on the charts. For this example, we're going to use this 4-hour parallel channel on Bitcoin. There are full parallel channel trading strategy tutorials on my personal channel, so check that out. I'll put the links in the description. Here we can see very clear support and resistance with ongoing significance. There were multiple potential trades here using our other indicators as confluence, but the trade we're going to be zooming in on for this example is this breakdown retest trade out of the parallel channel range. Remember, when trading breakouts out of a range, always wait as a conservative trader for the retest. So as we saw price leaving the bottom of this parallel channel, we realized that support was breaking, and given the laws of support and resistance, this support, once broken, should technically flip into resistance. So once price had broken down below the support of the parallel channel, we can now take out our sniper rifle and watch with an eagle eye at this new resistance level after the support and resistance has flipped. Now comes the important part. Before entering our trade, we need to identify our maximum risk as well as what we are standing to gain. And this should all fit into a powerful risk to reward ratio of at least 1-to-2. Personally, I will only go for trades with a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio because I am a more conservative trader. So, very important, when eyeing this new resistance level, we need to look back for the last major swing high wick. And it always makes sense to set your stop loss with some buffer above that last previous swing high. This does come with experience, but it is a concept that is relatively easy to understand. We can identify where there is a level of resistance, and hence we want to set our stop loss and our risk above that level. Because if that level breaks, price could then move a large amount higher. So, a very important tool that lots of traders actually don't use and is essential for planning the trade and trading the plan is actually your position drawing tool. Add it to your favorite so it's easy to find, and it looks like this. It is your short position or long position drawing tool. For this example, we'll be using a short position. So start by clicking the tool at where you are eyeing your entry. Then adjust your stop loss above that previous swing high wick. Then remember, we always need a 1 to 3. So bring your maximum take profit down until you see the risk to reward ratio giving you a 1 to 3 number. Visually now we can see that this trade would make sense, as we can already pick up on support and resistance levels that would act as take profits within our risk to reward ratio. Of course, you would always need confluence with other indicators such as market cipher or your RSI and stochastic RSI or your smart money concept order blocks, and all of those tutorials are also on my personal trading channel. For this example, we'll quickly drop in our Fibonacci retracement on the current trend to show us where our take profits would likely be. Fibonacci is a great tool for helping you to figure out where to set your take profits. I would always recommend taking gradual profits along the way in your trades, and then a pro tip from me is to always leave something in your trade. In case your trading idea really is brilliant and does play out, then you can let a final small amount play out as far as the trade might go, and you can use a trailing stop with this to follow along with the price. Let's look again now in detail on how to use it in practice. Number 1, identify your entry point using your market structure and the other indicators for confluence that you are using in your trading plan. Remember, you should always have 3 to 5 levels of confluence for any trade entry. Then, number 2, before you do anything else, you need to identify your stop loss level and define your risk. Then look for your maximum take profit based on market structure and calculate if your risk to reward ratio is good enough to entertain the trading idea. You can then go in and use your Fibonacci to put in your gradual take profit levels. Remember to always aim for a minimum of 1 to 2, and in my personal opinion, I wouldn't go for anything below a 1 to 3. You will know when you have a really good trading idea when you see a 1 to 5 or even a 1 to 10 risk to reward ratio. This might seem crazy, but this does actually happen quite often. Let's now talk about some common beginner mistakes. Number 1 is moving your stop loss emotionally. As you grow into trading, you will understand that emotions are your enemy, and when you are acting emotionally, you are usually making bad decisions, and one of those very bad decisions is moving your stop loss after you've placed it. You have calculated the trade before entering, and when you place your stop, it should really be what you are willing to lose for this given trading idea. And the act of moving your stop loss further once you are in a trade just to stay in that trade is usually a very bad idea. Another one which is not as bad is taking profits too early. Try to stick to the gradual take profits that you have entered, and remember to always stick to your final plan towards your final take profit. Again, that's not such a bad one, as taking profits is a good thing, and no one ever blew their account by taking profits. The biggest mistake here really is ignoring risk to reward ratio completely and not utilizing it in your trading. Another massive mistake, of course, is over trading low quality setups. Rather trade less setups that have a higher risk to reward ratio than more setups that are mediocre. Remember, risk to reward ratio matters more than win rate. Just a few pro insights from me here. One of the reasons risk to reward ratio is so important is because it ties into position sizing, which is the golden rule of thumb for proper risk management in crypto trading. Many of you will know we speak about risking 1 to 3% of your account on any given derivatives trade. So make sure that at your stop loss in any trade, you are adhering to this position sizing limit. Risk to reward ratio ratio is also very useful when you tie it into market structure. Remember to understand the market structure. Is it ranging? Is it trending? Is it choppy? And make sure that your position you have drawn in and your risk to reward ratio works along with this current market condition. Risk to reward ratio is meaningless without discipline. You can draw it in and not follow it. And of course, this is a recipe for disaster. When you draw in your risk to reward ratio and plan the trade, you must then trade the plan and stick to that plan. This does require discipline over emotions once you are in the trade. So for a quick summary, define your risk before your reward. Using risk to reward ratio properly, you don't need a high win rate. Consistency always beats prediction. For full beginner trading guides, check out my personal trading channel. There are also advanced trading tutorials there which can help you create a rounded trading plan. Be sure to let me know any questions you have in the comments and subscribe here for more of this kind of education.